behind a hard-headed man is a very good woman.
This shoe, bro. Comfortable.
I know.
Beautiful.
I know.
I wear it on the court.
What up, world? It's your boy, Stevens Ramirez for Not For Nothing Podcast, while we are everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Welcome to another luxurious episode, and today's guest is a good friend of mine from the Sandlot days, when we were growing up playing football, basketball, or baseball, or we were just beating Harlem to death. Either way, we still here. My friend, my brother, Harry Pagan. Welcome to the episode, brother.
What's going on?
All right. Today's episode, we're going to just be walking through the intersections of fatherhood, sports, and sneakers. And right now, how you feeling right now, bro?
I feel good.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, right now, what's your thoughts now on this upcoming big football event? Before we dive into the episode, of the 49ers and Kansas City Chiefs. What's your prediction on that? Before we start diving into, real serious things, where are you going to go from there? You can talk into the mic a little bit.
If I had to get a prediction.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Chiefs in a big win. I got the Chiefs. 31-14.
All right, I got to give you a little pushback, because if you're going for the Chiefs, but you got a McCaffrey jersey, what's going on here? You can't just double dip and try to have your cake and eat it too. You got to pick a side.
At this point in life,
okay.
I root more for players than I do an actual team.
Okay, I can see that.
McCaffrey's one of my favorite players, so I'm going to support what's there.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, having a nice, interesting, speedy, versatile running back, and of course they also have Deebo Samuel, so they can go, either or. Hey, they doing it, right?
The greatest running back.
Okay, I can see that. He's one of the top 5 running backs. I can see that. Greatest, that's a little push.
Let's just hope it's a good game.
Okay. So, as we dive into our segment of sports and bonding with kids, what is the importance of being active and having a robust community just playing sports with yourself and along with your children? How do you feel about that? What's your thoughts?
Well, it's great. Growing up as children.
Yeah.
And then we reach our teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
Especially as men. We look sports big.
Mm-hmm.
Very big. And we look forward to sharing that with our younger selves, our kids.
Okay.
And as men, we look forward to sharing it with our sons.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 girls. And my daughter actually just got into football. She's a Bengal fan. Big Joe Burrow.
That's very interesting, but okay.
It's great. She don't know much of it, but
mm-hmm.
she'll come checking on scores. What's going on here? Did your team lose? She'll brag about it, dance about it. Pretty much a laugh in your face.
Sounds like the person I know, but it's okay.
It's fun. I love bonding.
How has sports influenced in your life? Besides bonding with your children, how has it alleviate you for your stresses?
It's very big. Very big. Most of the time, especially during COVID, locked up in the house, so much thoughts running through your head.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like sports, it how can I say this? When you're playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only thing that matters at that moment is what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, and just have fun. When I'm sports, I like to express myself from gear, teammates, just having fun.
So, having fun, expressing with your wins and losses with your teammates.
Wins.
Okay. Okay. So you've played in various sports such as like, basketball, football, baseball. Which would be your most competitive but favorite sport, or like most compelling that you could feel satisfied behind it?
That's a tough question. Because favorite sport, I would have to go baseball.
Okay.
But competitive, it's football.
Okay. So dive into your favorite sport. Like, why is it considered your favorite, and why do you be so fond of it? And then answer the competitive component of football and what drives you to be obsessed with winning.
I'm a winner.
Okay.
No, baseball is definitely number one sport for me. Why? Growing up, where we grew up at, it was tough, Baseball was the first sport I was introduced to.
Yeah.
I didn't have my father introduce me to that.
Okay.
I believe I got into baseball at the age of 12, 13. And that was introduced to me from my step-pops. I was trash at the time, to be honest. Great defense, but batting was not for me.
I could agree.
Oh, no, baseball is amazing, man. I just love the defense aspect of the sport. Not so much of a trash talk. As I said, it's my favorite, but competitiveness, that's where you get into the football. You can attest to that. The back and forth.
Yeah.
The trash talking, the cursing, the arguing.
Well, you're not a trash talker when it comes to football. You're more of a silent, more like, you know what, I'm gonna let my passes do the talking, and I'll let my teammates do the shit talking.
Passing? But I believe these are God hands as well.
Okay. I could agree to disagree. I'm just joking. But all I could say from our years of playing and stuff, you don't usually talk. You let your teammates do the action for you. You're just like, hey, I'm just gonna facilitate. Oh, how many 4, 5, 6? Oh, 6 TDs, right? I'm whack. Yeah.
It depends on the flow.
Yeah, it does depend. It does depend, who's called into action. But I think in life we do need some share of competitiveness, and definitely some sheer competitiveness out in the world, especially how everyone is somewhat I could say in today's generation is a little soft. Oh, how you feeling? Instead of just lace up your bootstraps and keep on pushing. We always have to have an emotional powwow.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
it goes way beyond sports. Competitive. You could be competitive at anything.
How so?
Video games.
Speak a little to the mic.
Video games. Bowling.
Okay. You got to expand on that little segment of bowling.
Well, that's family. We do a lot of bowling events.
Okay.
It gets very competitive.
Okay, and
you should come out to one.
What, for bowling?
Definitely.
Oh, you're not ready for the little shoulder roll. You're not ready for that. You know how I learned how to bowl? And I talk smack to my boy Shamel, and then shout out to Shamel and his grandma. She a beast though. I ain't gonna lie, but she's nice. But lovely woman. Me, how I learned to bowl, I bowled in the military. I was like, all right, cool. DC-1 showed me MK2 Adams, MK2 Classy. At that time, it was just showing me Ramirez just roll. And I did it in high school as a part of a group date with Kim, but I was like, I sucked at that time. But now I'm I got a little something. I give you a spare, I give you a little strike here and there.
No, it's just natural for me.
Okay, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Oh yeah, I got it. This is here. I figure it out. But it's interesting how you you tailor to you having the love of your favorite sport of baseball, but your sheer competitiveness in football and
basketball as well. Very competitive.
Can you remember? Can you share like a thought or like a memorable experience regarding of any sport event? It could be like visual volunteering with your own child. Like let's touch on that little subject there.
I'm a big Red Sox fan. So like we go to baseball, right?
All right.
Took my daughter to a Red Sox.
All right,
game.
A New Yorker that's a Red Sox fan. Let's keep it at
Red
that.
Sox. Took her to a Red Sox game. Close seats, field view. This little girl fell asleep.
Yeah.
She wanted to leave by the fourth inning. It was a great game, by the way.
Okay.
Home runs left and right. Great defense. And
Okay. Fenway Park is a historical stadium.
The greatest stadium.
Historical stadium, yes. I could attest to that. You know what, man? I may be Dominican, and I grew up with a family that go Yankees. Ha, papi, go Yankees. But okay, I'm not a big baseball head anymore. Or at all. I was the black sheep. I was the football head, But I got a little good defense in basketball. A little defense, Zay, locked you up. I'm just joking. I'm joking.
He's a hack.
Negative, Ghost Rider. I just got good defense. I got good D. Pause.
Ew.
But it's interesting, you take her to a memorable stadium and having that moment, because I was there in Boston and it was interesting. I was like, oh, this is very personal. Fenway Park.
You lived in Boston.
Yes, I did. I had 20 minutes out, but still around that area. But yeah, when I was stationed there, that was fun. Yeah.
Do you recommend moving to Boston?
Unless you like to shovel snow in Massachusetts, it's well, I didn't have that experience because I was usually out at sea and couple of months, 3 months in, 3 months out. My wife had to deal with that. Kim, she was just like, you have never experienced shoveling snow out here, huh? I was like, no, not at all. I usually come in the warmer weathers, and leave during the start of winter and coming back in start of spring. I was like, oh, this is pretty dope. So yeah, that's coming from my end. But so we're both fathers. We're both girl dads. I'm having one. I'm expecting another girl.
Congratulations again.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm about to be a dad again. I made my people, and I'm their leader, so to speak. But it's a unique experience.
It's great,
especially learning how to control temperament, learning how to be patient, and try to be understanding at times. And even though at times when I'm difficult, I know how it could be just okay, let's reassess.
It takes a lot of patience.
Yeah. On both ends, I'm I know that my wife could see me. She's like, yeah, you're not the most easy camper to get along with neither. I'm like, yeah, I know. I could hold myself accountable on that end, and just And how has fatherhood treated you? How can you attest to that experience?
It changed me. I became a father at the age of 21.
Mm-hmm.
Before getting with my fiance,
mm-hmm.
I would we could go back to where we grew up.
Yeah.
Statistically, we're not supposed to pass the age of 21 where we was born and raised.
Yeah.
The outside, I wouldn't say the neighborhood, because there's good people everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Then there's bad people. And where we grew up, the outside, it was it's a bad area.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you're from, so you kind of put into the situation where this is who you are.
Yeah.
Right? So young, I would say during high school, right after high school, it was rough for me. Just started working, scamming, stuff like that. You get used to that stuff.
Allegedly, just making sure.
Allegedly. You see what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And then met my beautiful fiance, had my baby girl at the age of 21, moved over here, Washington Heights. It changed me to be a better man.
Okay.
Like I said, a lot of patience. I dealt with stress, depression, and at the end of the day, seeing your beautiful baby girl changes everything on life. It makes you be a better person. I stopped going outside, more working, family oriented, just being a homebody.
Okay. I can, you know what, to back up your claim from the area that we grew up in, because like, you know, statistically, if we're going off of numbers and also the product of the environment, right? But we grew up in a bad area, but there's good people and bad people everywhere. But we're not the products of our environment when we want to change, like, you know, the scenery, change our mindset. We come from single mother households. On my end, I know my father was present and like, you know, in and out here and there, but like still understand certain principles. And, you know, we also have positive male figures that come into play.
Definitely.
You know, shout out to Louis.
My uncles.
Yeah, Vic. You know, big head ass, man. It's okay.
My godfather, definitely.
But just understanding, like, you know, the nuances, because, you know, you became a father fairly at, like, you know, a young adulthood, because usually
my prime year.
Yeah. Usually, no. I wouldn't say your prime.
21.
Nah. You still
that's your prime.
Your prime is in your 30s. That's when you got your grown man strength. Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm just joking. I'm joking. But understanding that you also have to navigate not only fatherhood but manhood. Also have to figure out, like, you know, what's your purpose? What's, like, you know, are you purpose driven, or, like, you know, am I just gonna take it day by day? And understanding the dualities of both ends. For me, I had my daughter like almost in my late 20s. You know, I did my time in the military. I always harping that here on this channel, just talking about it. And, you know, we were never taught how to, like, you know, conduct ourselves accordingly. We had to be like on survival mode at all times. And sometimes where things are going calmly and, like, you know, we're relaxed, we get uncomfortable. It's like, okay, some things are too good right now.
It's not what you're used to.
Yeah, you're not. And like you asked, like, how's Massachusetts? Like, when Kim and I was there and it was quiet, I was just like, I'm used to noise. I'm used to someone yelling, cars honking and stuff. But like the calmness and quietness, it was eerie. It was uncomfortable. And even when my wife had her challenges, when she was alone up there, and, like, you know, family will visit from time to time, but it wasn't like as people were checking up on her. And she also, like, had to face her own, like, you know, situation. Not to dive in too much of her business out there, but it's the reality out there. Like, people's perceptions, they think, oh, like, you know, you have this going on, you're married, you're this, and they don't know, like, you know, your mental fortitude. Like, hey, I have to build myself up here. And on your end, like, you know, you had to structure yourself accordingly. You had to see, like, okay, is this healthy for me? Is this beneficial for me? Am I conducting myself where I can feel comfortable? So what are some, like, you know, some challenges that you faced, or what you think that fathers have faced over this time, like, you know, from now and from the past? Like, what you think that some fathers have faced? Because usually when we speak up, we just, like, usually have to be silent or the forgotten people. Because there's always statements like, you know, oh, there's a commodity of women and children are forgotten species, but they're always the first one up front in lines. So, and of course, which there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you and I can attest that we are built to be upfront about things, and, like, hey, we'll take the brunt, we'll take the burden. So what are some challenges that come into your mind about fatherhood and the young fathers of today's time and the young fathers of old?
Obviously, becoming a dad, I feel like you can never be prepared mentally and physically.
Okay.
From the first time, my first daughter, I was excited, ready.
Yeah.
But when she arrived, I wasn't ready. Like,
you never are.
Work wasn't there. I was supported by family, my fiance, and it's tough for most men to say that. Because as a guy, you know, you want to be the guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just being a man. You want to be the one to provide, but I wasn't able to at the time. It was rough for me. It takes a huge support system, but this time around, I can say we knew what we was getting into. We was ready. We wanted this for so long, and those challenges are always going to be there. Stress.
Yep.
Patience.
Yep.
A lot of headaches. A lot of headaches. But if you have the support from your significant other to where you both are equal in the relationship, it makes things much easier. It makes life much easier. There are times where I feel like I can be more involved. I feel like she never mentioned it.
Yeah.
But I see it. I seen it. There's times where I'm distant and I want to do more and I just don't. Like, that's a challenge. It's rough. It's rough, but it's a blessing. It gets easier, and I just love it.
Okay. I wanted to expand on certain aspects, like that you stated, where at times where you usually, well, I would say a lot of men usually get inside their own heads regarding of situations. So, like, when you say when you felt distant, because I don't want to, like, you know, misinterpret your statement or anything. Like, you felt like in that distance where you feel like I want to do more, and this is like not the area I see myself in. So is that how you felt internally?
Yeah. You ever felt like you feel like you're not doing enough?
Yo, bruh.
You feel like you're not doing enough, but you are.
Oh man. Oh damn. Just thinking about it, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking, because, like, I would say for me, like, I'm a full-time student, like, I'm a full-time dad, and I'm doing more things with my daughter than like, you know, my dad have done with me. And which I'm not knocking my father, because my father did his due diligence. He was working, he was doing everything, and like, you know, he was a blue collared man. He was a blue collared man, and I have nothing but utmost respect for blue collared men. And for me, like, you know, I'm utilizing my military benefits and, like, you know, covering things where I'm just like, hey, I can have the freedom to do so for this limited of time. And a lot of moments where I always express to my wife, I'm like, yo, I'm the type that's duty driven. Like, if I'm not doing something, I'm gonna like, you know, get lost in my mental. And I could see that, because I know how that feels when you get, like, you know, you just, like, locked into your thoughts and you just, like, give one answer responses. It has nothing to do with your partner. And it has nothing to do with, like, you know, your children. It has everything to do with
yourself. You lose yourself for a second, and then it's not the person you want to be.
No, not at all.
At all.
So if you had the opportunity to tell, like, the mindset, the experience, the even newfound knowledge that you obtain now to your 21-year-old self, like, what would certain pathways be if you had that opportunity
To
talk to your younger self, like the freshly new father?
You did a goddamn great job. It wasn't easy, but we did it. You needed those challenges to get to where you are now. Not only in life, but the person you are today. I believe I grown much more, obviously, from where I was before to now. Becoming a father, I wanted to be what I never had. I wanted to be great.
Okay.
Great dad. I didn't have a father growing up. My father was never there. So I wanted to be there. And to my 21-year-old self, I feel like I did that. So I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you as well, man.
And before we get to to the next segment and everything, I want to touch on mental health. I'm a big advocate of mental health.
Same.
And a big advocate for men's community. So how have you handled your mental health, your depression, your PTSD? How have you able to at least find your balance at times?
It was rough. It was good. And then COVID hit, and then I lost my brother.
Okay.
That right there was my biggest fear. You can ask my girl. Losing my brother was my biggest fear. Mm-hmm. I would always tell her. And it's crazy because up until his passing, we was getting closer. Like, me and my brother, we grew up together.
Yep.
Age of 21, I moved out. Mm-hmm. And it was like, it created a bit of a separation where I never was there as much as I wanted to be. But we always have a reach out through text, phone, and I always check in. Hey, you're good. What are you doing? I love you. Just so I get a response back.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll always explain to her, like, that's my fear. Mm-hmm. So when that happened, like, I relived that night every day.
Yeah.
When I received that phone call that night, I already knew, like, the worst of me was about to come. Okay. I was numb the first few days, but it took a toll on me physically, mentally, where I would lash out on people who was trying to support. I was mentally fucked up. Mm-hmm. It was hard. There's times where I never expressed myself, and I had to find a quiet place. My quiet place is the shower. Seriously, I don't even, like, I was sitting there, I was just in thoughts. That's where I actually let out. Mm-hmm. Therapy at the time wasn't working. It was like here and there. It was rough, bro.
I think at those grievances moments, like at times where therapy do work for some. For some, yes. And it's a utilized. It's
like
a tool.
Said, it worked at times. Like, there was times where I went into a session, rough. Yeah. And speaking with someone helped. Like, it cleared my mind. I was great. But then obviously you get into those moments where you get into your thoughts too much. Yeah. And it eats you up, and you don't know how to vent at times. You don't know how to say things or react or act. And we keep it in. Yeah. And that's where it hurts the most. Yeah. Because you're hurting inside and nobody knows what's really going on. And I feel like I've done better now opening up with my feelings. Yeah. And it's been great.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
There are those days, where it comes back. You hurt, but you'll never forget.
Yeah. Not to like, press on to the subject, because like I've seen and experienced and understood the causality of losing a loved one, and I guess it was difficult for me as well once I found out as well. Like even for my little brother, and he's like, oh, you guys, this is who all I knew, right? And especially like I recall a lot of the competitive shit talking. Yeah, me and Chris was like we talk a lot.
That's who he was. He was bad in a sense of, like, he was bad with the people he knew.
Yeah.
But great as a person.
Yes. Oh, but I ain't gonna lie. There's times I'm like, I'm gonna beat your ass, but
that's everybody.
But when we play with the like when we play on the same side of the field, that's when I know I'm like, I got your back, you got my back, we here. And then it was like, if it was like me, you, Zay, I ain't gonna lie, that was like already an offensive chill.
That was everybody, yeah.
Chill. But even then, just like understanding that component and seeing the growth that you have in managing that stage, because even then I probably would have lost myself immediately. I knew that for a fact. I would, like, if that were to be placed on me, I probably would turn that whole block upside down. And especially like with the training that I have, well, yeah, I probably would turn that upside down. But it's difficult because like we don't have a community. Like, did you know? And that men that do not have friends is a growing epidemic. It's a growing epidemic. Studies in the census, CDC, is a growing epidemic of male loneliness because they don't have friends or a community to accept them and allow them to be vulnerable. Because I could share a story if you like. There was one time like me and my good friend Shamel, like when we played basketball, like yeah, you hear me saying basketball, right? But I got a little jumpy, but little jumpy. You hear me? He's doing that. But like it was a moment where him and I almost came into blows, like pause, like for those, like we almost came into straight up fighting, and I was probably facing more things regarding of the military at that time, like certain situations, certain things that were coming up that like I even used certain excuses to avoid, and him and I just cried. I could say that comfortably, and like I'm like, hey, I fear no man but God.
Exactly.
So that's the part where I'm just like, hey, I'm comfortable at that point. So not to just make this overtly like no, because it's good to hear this, and it's good to feel, and like just hearing you, seeing you change, seeing you grow from like the young whippersnapper to now like at least a more mature, more thought collective man. Even like diving into sports, fatherhood, sneakers, and wait till we get to the sneaker portion, like just talking about that. But I think it's good to have an open dialogue amongst each other and amongst other people, because it shows that you're being authentic in your own right.
It goes back to where you said earlier, this generation now is more like soft.
Yeah.
Most people hate the truth.
Yeah.
They hate honesty.
Oh, yeah.
And I know I come off as somebody who, I'm going to say how it is. Mm-hmm. I can attest to you as well. And most people don't like that. And that's where the distance starts to come.
Oh, it's not what I say, it's how I say it.
Exactly. Like, most people don't like that, so it tends to create a distance. Mm-hmm. But you are who you are.
Yeah. And you are who you hang out with.
Exactly.
Yeah. So diving into the next segment, now we're like, gonna just navigate into the vibrant world of sneaker culture and examine the fascination of connecting both sports and fatherhood. Like now it's like, like last year or like during the era of the pandemic, you knew me wearing freaking like, the 5-inch shorts, thighs out and all
That's
that stuff.
the best.
And now everybody's like, oh yeah, let's get the hoochie daddies. I'm like, bruh, I was doing this before this became
Exactly.
a popularity.
Exactly.
So can you attest to like certain of the fashion trends? Because I know, like, going to school, you were from my perspective, you were the one like, with the fresh kicks or like, knowing of the upcoming styles or just like, changing simplicity to fashion statement. So
best dressed 2 years in a row.
Okay. All right. So can you, you clown, can you share some of your insights on like, today's styles and previous?
It's tricky. It is, bruh. You have sweatsuits and you have long shirts, baggy jeans are coming back.
Yes.
High boots, men in slippers, short jackets. I love it. Fashion to me is a way of an expression. It's art, and it's beautiful.
So you saying art like in art of like the Paris runway or art like in Kanye Yee way?
Art of and you expressing yourself. Like most people, they use fashion, tattoos, sneakers, hair color to express themselves.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
So in your experience, like how can you say like, how the sneaker culture influenced the world of sports and the realm of fatherhood? Like, like how do you feel about like, I would say Odell Beckham, like always fashion trend or how the hype beast like, push things. So like, what is your thoughts on that?
It's funny you mention that because that was the question I had for you.
Oh yeah?
Remember you DM'd me and you was like, I have one question.
Yeah.
You was like, are you a hype beast? And I responded, no. But to be honest, I have nothing against them. In your opinion, what is a hype beast?
So, in my opinion, a hype beast is like a person like, from like certain sneakers, like if I wanted a certain pair and I'm like, oh, yo, these are fire, I want to get them. And then a bot or everybody and their baby mama will get a pair or 5. And I'm just like, yo, you're just going to get it I just want to wear it. I don't care for the price tag or anything. But for me, I understood that they get it to flip it because it's making a profit. Because I know certain sneakers that come out, they discontinued. Like when I worked at Nike and the Red Octobers came out and they blocked all the employees. It's like everyone is going to pay full price for these. And that and the Galaxy Foam Posits, those are like the 2 sneakers that I probably wouldn't mind. But then at the time when I'm seeing like at a certain price, I'm like, I'll just take a picture and call it a day.
I actually had the Red Octobers.
Why are we doing this? Why am I talking to him?
So,
right
though, like I said, I was very young at the time. They came out a long time ago, and it was the easiest money ever made.
And now?
I don't have them.
Oh, wait. And now, if you would have held on to them.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You probably would have sold them right now.
Definitely. That's like a year's rent.
You're not wrong. Like, you seen the price, I'm like, yo.
It's insane.
Like,
But that's why I say I don't have nothing against hypebeasts because they make a certain item more popular.
Yes.
And then it comes to the reseller's mind, like, this is what's in demand. This is what's popular right now. So we have to get this. This is going to make our money.
I agree to an extent because sometimes when we were younger and we weren't very mature in certain, like, you know, dealings. There were certain moments where, like, it popped up. I was like, damn, I should have known a bit more or be aware, especially like, there was one time when you and we went together, because we always usually make a successful deal. But there was one time we went to 34th Street, and you had these olive green Jordans. Olive green?
I have to think.
I gotta think. Shoot, because I'm going down memory lane, and we did it was like a drug deal exchange. It's like super smooth, super interacting, just like hand, boom, money, boom. And when we were looking, I was like,
boom. I definitely remember this.
Yes. It was like 3 real 20s, and then the rest was just fake. And I was just like, yo, Steve, I was like, all right, cool. Because the first 3, I'm like, all right, I see, all right, that's legit. And then when you start, bro, I was like, oh, man.
It's funny as hell, because that's when Madden had came out.
Yes.
And then we went to GameStop right after.
Yes.
And that's how we found out the money was fake.
Yes.
So we got scammed.
The Madden with Calvin Johnson on the top.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
We definitely got scammed.
Yeah. So that's the part I was just like, damn. And at that point, I felt like I let you down in that moment, because I was like, yeah. Seeing it, because we saw the first 3. I'm like, that's how they got us. It's like, oh yeah, just in case to go 1, 2, 3 is good. 4 is no bueno. So that's the part where it just like,
it was crazy. There was a lot of transactions.
It was a lot.
Remember the one time in Times Square? It was late at night, and me and you met up. These 2 people supposedly came from Staten Island Ferry. Yeah. And they bought the wrong size.
Oh my God.
And expected me to still purchase it.
He's like, yo, bro, it's still good. And he was like, yo, Steve, come see this. You think I should get this?
It doesn't fit me. Like, what am I gonna do with this?
Yo, I remember that. He's like, yo, look at this. I'm like, bro, that's a size 11 to a size. That's practically the shoebox. That doesn't fit you. He's like, yo, take this shit.
It doesn't fit me. I was like, yeah, I'm not going with this.
Yo, just take it. It's like, yo, bro, like, for real, this is a good deal. It's like, it's a good deal.
It didn't fit me.
Yo, sweet. That's wicked. So, continuing on to, like, you know, the sneaker culture and all that stuff, what are some of your, like, you know, your own personal tips of, like, you know, how you styling? Because I see you with the Travis Scotts on. Yeah, I see you. This
is actually a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
My beautiful fiance got this for me.
Oh, you know what? You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting about that? What? My wife hit on all Travis Scotts. She hit the PlayStation, the all black ones. I was so mad because I'm like, oh, and she's like, yeah, I'll just wear them once and put them back in the shelf.
Wait, it was for her, not for you?
No, because she was trying to get me a pair. And obviously, you know, no.
She was trying to get him a pair. That's what they say.
She was trying to get me a pair. I'm a believer. I'm a believer on that one. And I was like, all right, we're gonna be matching fly. But then, like, it didn't happen. I was like, all right, whatever. And then she hits on another track. I'm like, yo, what's going on? She's like, I don't know. They just got my size. I was like, yeah, they got your size, all right. But what are your we're just revamping memory lane. What are your fashion trends or like certain tips that you follow that you could probably give a little piece of nugget or experience to the audience?
I like to dress comfortable. Like I can switch it up. Jeans is my favorite accessory.
Okay.
I love jeans. Skinnies, loose, slim. Doesn't really matter. Right now, I'm gravitating to the flare fit, where it's actually hanging over my shoe. Less on the skinny jeans, where it's actually tucked in. Like I said, fashion is a form of an expression. Wear what you like, buy what you like. Don't be a follower. Me, I like to dress comfortable.
Yeah, I'm big on comfortability.
Sweats, hoodie, a white t-shirt. As long as the sneakers are good, I'm good.
Yeah, like Now, usually for me, I like to dress a little casual, little like, you know, street casual. But now I'm going more on formal casual, where I'm just like, I got my little boots on or my Dr. Martens, and he's like, yo, you got them roach stompers? I'm like, but I look good.
But is that an everyday style for you?
Not an everyday style. No. I'm more of a sweatsuit.
Exactly.
Throw on, like, you know, my roughed up kicks.
No, you get up and you just want to, all right, I'm just throwing this hoodie.
You know what's
sweats.
You know what's crazy? I used to care about, like, you know, just creasing sneakers and doing all that stuff. That's just me. I'm just saying me. There's nothing wrong with people that do that. Now, just like my little brother, he's like, yo, you on demon time. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I never see someone with white Air Forces dirty. I was just like, I don't care. These are my everyday. You
never seen a white girl.
Hey, you know what? I'm moving with a purpose. They just use it as a fashion statement.
It's crazy. What do you think about the dirty white Uptown sneaker?
You see, for me, now that I'm like at the point of inflation, I'm just like, I'm gonna ride the wheels out till you die, and I'll pop out another pair out of my closet and throw it right back on.
And it's crazy because when you speak about that sneaker, there's a lot of people that re-up on that sneaker. They can't have 1, 2, they have to 4 or 5.
Bro, you know the price of it now?
Yeah. You know a fun fact? You want to know a fun fact?
What's up?
I had the same white ups for 6 years.
And I bet you they're clean as a mug, aren't they?
I finally threw them out, but
wow,
I had them for 6 years.
Wow, and I know you like to maintain your sneakers a certain particular way.
Went on trips with them and everything.
Oh yeah. Yo, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna jump down to memory lane and in middle school real quick. I remember before it became like a little video fashion trend and stuff. We went on a trip. We went to the Bronx Zoo, right? This was MSPS 29, and everybody eating, and my man just decides to pull out a napkin, put it over his sneakers, and start eating French fries. I was just like, what is going on? He's like, bro, I'm trying to keep these fresh 24/8. Stop playing. I'm sorry, I gotta go down memory lane, but I was just like, damn. So I know, when I was like, all right, you're taking care of him. I know that. And now if you were to see, she's like, damn, bro, you went through. Yeah, man, I'm here. I mean, I go on nomenclature trips and all that stuff. Just going.
Yeah, that's exaggeration now.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, because I like when I saw the price of white ups, I was just like, what? Bro, I remember they were $65. $65. Now they $115, and in Canada $125. Like, what's going on? I'm just like, yo, what?
Summertime, you can't even get them because
everybody wants it. Like, you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with going all white, which is nothing wrong. Cause they're convenient. It's like
the best for me. I love going all white.
Oh, well, I can't go on all white. You feel me? I got a little toddler. I sweat a little bit. You feel me? Gotta get a little towel. I know that's a little TMI. Freaking clown. But so like, cause right now I've been seeing the trends and seeing like how everyone's going like more of the oversized or overcoat looking styles and stuff. And how can you attest, like, how is the sneaker culture change of self-expression? Like, because what I've seen, obviously in NBA games and in the baseline views of certain celebrities, they wear certain aesthetically pleasing sneakers. So like, how has it changed a form of self-expression?
Elaborate more on that.
So, like, for instance, like for like the Grinch kicks for Christmas, everybody and their mama wanted the Grinch sneakers for some odd reason, because it's holiday theme, right?
It's a very low stock sneaker.
Yeah, right? It's a holiday themed sneaker, but everybody wants to wear it. I would want to wear it because I wanted to wear an all Grinch outfit and scare my daughter. That's just me. I'm probably planning on doing that to scare her. That's just me. but everyone else, they just wore it for like a fashion trend. So like how do you find sneakers that's expressionary?
I feel like going into the sports again,
Yeah.
that plays a big role. You see this big celebrity, LeBron, like you said, who you said earlier, what's his name?
Kobe?
No.
No, I'm just joking.
So
OBJ?
OBJ, like I said,
Yeah.
OBJ sneaker collection, immaculate.
Oh yeah, he really does.
These athletes, these sneakers on, you want them.
Yes.
That's most people. And then how can I make this look better than that person? How can I make this look good with this? And most of the time it's mix and match.
Yeah.
They have bright ass sneakers on, outfit don't even go with it, but it looks good. Expression. It looks good. It's art.
The person that pops into mind is Lil Uzi Vert.
I'm not a fan of Uzi.
Wow, really?
Shocking, right?
Wow. Okay. Okay, now I'm not gonna ask why. I was just like,
No, I just can't vibe to his music.
no, not. Well, I'm a fan. hey, you could come on the pod, Uzi, if you see this. I'm just joking, but no, I'm not joking.
What about J. Cole?
J. Cole, I like his just simplistic look at times. He's just like, yo, I'm just comfy. I'm this. You know who's my big like two. I got, for me as a dad, like I don't care what I wear because I know the clothes don't make me. I make the clothes. Right, I always follow that philosophy. Adam Sandler, because my man don't
give a fuck.
He don't care. I'm like, I got a wife and kids. I don't care what you're gonna tell me.
Basketball shorts and a hoodie.
There you go. And secondly is Shia LaBeouf. My man. I was like, I see what you throwing on. Because like even when Kanye's like, yo, I peep what Shia LaBeouf be doing. I'm like, yeah, my man is moving different. I fucks with his style, and like expressionary, like seeing how certain sneakers make certain things. Like for me, I'm big on Kobe, like with the what does, and
I was never a Kobe fan.
You see this mic? I know I'm into you.
I respect him, I respect his game, but I was a LeBron fan. So you had to hate Kobe.
You didn't have to hate Kobe.
You had to hate Kobe.
You didn't have to hate Kobe.
Yeah, you had to.
You didn't have to hate Kobe being Bryant. I don't know per se, but I might get in trouble for homicide.
As the years
allegedly,
as the years gone on, I grew into liking Kobe more. LeBron's first years, LeBron was this big, high expectations.
Well, yeah.
All the haters, I loved it.
Well, yeah, he was like the second, player to come out of high school.
And then you have these Kobe fans. He's whack. He's not good. Why? How is he not good?
Well, he has great longevity.
He is the greatest. Okay, continue.
Okay. We could, you know what? He has reached a splendid amount of magnitude, and I'm not taking nothing away from him. He has earned his titles. He have earned his things. I would say he's a close 3.
3?
Yes.
So who's your 3?
Well, who's my 3? I say he's the third one.
Oh, so he's 3. So who's 1 and 2?
Obviously, Mr. Air himself, Mr. Bean himself, and then the King. There you go. You cannot argue. You cannot emphatically argue. If everyone has stories of Kobe Bryant and how his mentality shifted their lifestyle, I am sorry. I will have to just exit this conversation. I'm not. Hey, you know what?
That I give.
That's
Competitiveness, mentality, lifestyle.
That's why we in 2024. It's Mamba year.
You want to be Kobe, but to
But alluding to coming back to the sneaker portion, that was a good segue. I'm big on his sneakers and like, you know, there's certain pairs that I did enjoy, like when he discontinued the high 10s.
Yes, that was a beautiful sneaker.
I love those sneakers.
It was beautiful. It looked more like a boxing shoe, but it was a beautiful sneaker. It was comfortable.
Yes, I still got them in still mint condition. The multicolored ones and the yellow. No,
I've only had 2 pair of those.
I brought my brother a pair of those, and his punk ass grew to be like, you know, 6 foot. I was just like, where my genetic codes kind of skipped a little bit, so I'm just like, all right, cool. My tall little brother.
No, it was a comfortable sneaker, and it was different from most of his shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You think of Kobe's, you think about the low tops, different colors, and then you got this high top. It's hard to wear an outfit with that. I think it was like more of a shorts, sweatpants.
Or like
I couldn't
bleached
pull off
ripped
jeans with that. I really couldn't pull off jeans.
Well,
with
it depends on certain colorways. Because like if it's like the ghost, the wolf gray ones, because they made with Flynet, and they were supposed to be more of like a snug, like, you know, over the front of your foot. So I'm just like, oh wow, I still remember certain terminologies of Nike. So that's good, right? But it was just like a overall good shoe for me, and as you stated, and it did look, but it had a good ankle support.
It was a comfortable shoe.
Yeah, so that part, I was like, all right, Nike knew we ain't continuing this, because now that we know certain materials now ain't like how it was 10 years ago, where I just like, this is moving way too much. What? Because we're diving into the sneaker portion, like, you know, jumping on memory lane. It's like a lot of things started to come up, because like when you in mid conversation, sometimes you forget that you're doing an interview and you're just like trying to catch up along the way and talking on certain pinnacle points. I was just like, wow, because even now I'm like thinking about Miss Hall Williams, like, you know, Miss Kavanaugh, Mr. Rozier. I was just like, oh wow, just like started to come up from middle school times. And just jumping back on the caveat, is there any sneaker that you found like you can appreciate the aesthetic of it, never get tired of wearing it, and just like, you know what, like I could put it in a glass box and like, you know, that's me. Like, is there any sneaker in particular that you have in mind?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Oh yeah, pop them out.
It's funny you said this. We've been talking about this earlier.
Oh yeah, offline we just had, so as he's getting them sneakers out offline, we've been just like, you know, chopping it up. Oh hey, hold on, let me get that. Look at that.
This,
go ahead.
This was my most wanted shoe
I fucking hate you.
ever.
I fucking hate you. I wanted them shits. Fuck.
Ever. Most wanted shoe ever.
I'm not trying to yell. I'm trying to keep my voice down.
And it's crazy how I got this shoe.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
The release of this shoe, I was actually in Florida for a Disney trip. I was not focused, paying attention to this. And again, I got surprised. My fiance, Christmas gift.
You know what? Behind a hard-headed man is a very good woman.
This shoe, bro, comfortable.
I know.
Beautiful.
I know.
I wear it on the court and still put it up after as a display.
Can I just hold it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, give me that.
You can read the inside.
Oh my God. You know what? And it feels good.
It's a beautiful shoe.
And it's not my size. See,
No,
my
it's definitely
feet
not.
size is more of the common man now.
And then we get into this one. It's the twin brother.
Why? You just did this because we was talking offline. You just did this.
Kept talking about Kobe, you know.
You did this to piss me off so much. This is supposed to be an interchangeable interview, but now you might commit violence today. You might see violence today. Yo, man, go ahead.
For sure, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's comfortable. You can display it. I wear it on the court. Expression. It's an expression of myself on the basketball court.
Okay.
Maybe the next time we play, I'll probably mix and match.
Why he just showing off? He just showing off. You just showing off. You know what? Whatever, B. I accept the change. So, moving on to the next segment, and for just gearing up, you uncover a practical style for tips and dads of infusing their wardrobe sneaker flair and exploring the significance of self-expression and fatherhood. Because I feel like when you dress a certain way, it also reflects on who you are. And also reflects on who's in your back end. Because I always think about this, like how I dress comfortably. I don't care for whom I am showing off for, because I'm a married man. I have my wife, I have my daughters. Gonna be
Congratulations.
Yeah. But I would say it also reflects on how you making sure your hands are clean, your clothes are stainless free, and especially they say your first impression is always your best impression. And even at times where we will dress nice or dress respectfully, nobody sees, but when we want to run a quick errand and wear a bonnet and some old shorts or sweats, I gotta go to do laundry or go quick food shopping. Oh, hey, you're seeing me at my worst right now. What's going on? So how can you attest to that? How do you express and feel about how the wardrobe represents you in your fatherhood?
I don't care what anyone has to say on the look I have.
Okay.
Like you said, more of a comfortable fit. Mm-hmm. That's my way to go. Like I said, I give two shits. You can, in a father sense, like you said earlier, casual outfit, right? Mm-hmm. You can put a nice sneaker with a pair of slacks, shirt, and it will go. But form of expression, I don't care. Okay. Wear what you want. Wear what you like. Buy what you like.
True. So, looking through this conversation, what are some of the valuable insights that you pulled from just having this moment of mental clarity and expression? What's some insights that you pull from this conversation?
Elaborate more on
that. For instance, we always play offline. Pause. We always communicate offline, not as more as we should be, but on onset events hey, we play football or we play softball or we play recreational basketball. Even doing this somewhat interchangeable podcast / conversation, what are some valuable insights that you pull from here, from the questions that I've asked, to you just going down memory lane and expressing your mental fortitude and how you overcome certain things?
It makes me want to do this more. Like you said, these conversations, memories, it brings back joyfulness, happiness, and it brings back things you never would have thought of.
No,
that's me.
No, that's him.
That's my mom. I'm gonna answer this.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Where's my baby?
We're in the middle of something.
I'm right here. Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're perfectly fine.
You're fine.
Hi.
Say hello.
Yeah, she's going on the channel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where's Gigi?
She's in the room.
All right, bye.
right. When the baby comes, like yeah, you're an afterthought.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. My wife. Oh yeah, where's my munchkin? Oh hi mom. I'm alive.
Every minute.
I'm alive.
That's every minute. The phones always go off.
Oh yeah, right. It's like, oh, I'm not here to talk to you.
D&D works.
Yeah.
But no, to get back to your question. These are things I never would have thought of. Mm-hmm. Like those memories, I never would have like sat there and thought of if it wasn't brought to my attention doing this podcast, having this conversation. So it's great. It's amazing. I love it. I love what you're doing. I'm proud of you, bro.
Oh, I appreciate
this is amazing.
Shoot, I appreciate it, man. Just trying to take it day by day, stride by stride. But what captivated me about this, because even then, like I gone on to other locations and stuff, even for us trying to take the step forward and not knowing, like, you know, what you wanted to do and what you wanted to reach, is important to, like, you know, have people to love you with no ego. Like, hey, I want you to see you win. I want you to see you, like, you know, do what you got to do and you being happy. Because I'm like, I had to learn that during the pandemic. I had to learn that hard, to love people without the ego in it. And now I'm just like, oh yeah, it doesn't faze me. I want to see you win from afar or even from close. Just like, yo, you can do it. Whatever you put your mind into it. And my question, right, to you in regarding of, like, you know, the valuable insights between fatherhood, sports, and sneakers. Because I feel like even now in today's society where, like, you know, the idea of having family is slowly, like, you know, declining, even though there's stipulations that's coming in between. How important is it to have, like, you know, an active father and an active mother? How important is it in your mindset from, like, you know, from what you have experienced and also what we have observed? Because, like, you know, like, you know, how they say smart people learn from their mistakes, wise people learn from others. So how do you see in this scenario?
It's very important. Even if not with one another, mm-hmm. I feel like you need to have the support of the significant other. Mm-hmm. Co-parenting, if that's what it is, you have to be there. Because it starts young. Yeah. Your child tends to lose feelings or act certain ways because it doesn't have that discipline. Maybe the other one had more. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, there's times where we joke with my daughter. Yeah. I'm like, me and dad's, we're gonna split up. Uh-huh. You're gonna do this with your dad. You're gonna do this with your mom. And she instant sadness. So, like, it's very important. Like I said earlier, I grew up no dad. My dad was never there. In and out my first few years, but as I got older, never there. I'm the man I am today because my mom, mm-hmm. my grandmother, my godfather, my step-pops. So like I said earlier, I always wanted to be the father I never had. And with the support of my fiance, made it even easier. It makes it easier with the children. It's equal. So having both in your life, it's a blessing.
Wow, that's funny that you say that, because, like, even then, seeing it on this side, because I could support that. Like, having my wife had her parents, and, like, you know, of course, like, our parents were different era, and then, like, you know, different beliefs, and it was interesting to see, like, hey, I have my own family, and like I'm focusing on there. Like when you had, then your siblings and all that stuff, and you have your immediate family, and then once you start having your own, your immediate family becomes your extended family, and you're just focusing on your tribe.
You're focusing on yours,
and then you're just like, hey, I didn't forget you guys, but like I have my own that I gotta cultivate and grow, and just taking all that in, because like I would say this is very therapeutic on my end. Like every episode that I attempt or complete or do, I feel like it's always something that I take a part of, and I'm learning a bit more from the guest. I'm learning a bit more of myself. I'm getting more insight and more personable, I would say, and also learning how to actively listen, because I always say actively listening is a skill. It's not something you are born with. You gotta.
I need to be a better listener. But continue. How so? My fiance says I don't listen to when she speaks. I do, but it's like, you're just sitting there. Mm-hmm. Somebody's talking, you're listening, but you're not really paying attention. But you know what they're saying. You're understanding what they're saying. Mm-hmm. And it's like you coming off as an asshole. Like, you don't really care about it, but you know what's going on.
Yeah.
I tend to do that a lot.
Okay. So you're just being aware, but at times, like, you just zone out.
Yeah.
And that happens. That happens to everyone. More so than others. It's just like, huh? Wait. I was like, I just checked out a little bit. Hold on. The light's on, but no one's home.
Exactly.
But it's pretty dope wrapping it up with you, man. Like, as we concluding this episode and then closing out some key moments of, like, we talked about in sports, talked about, like, how important it is to incorporate that within yourself and within your children, because active parents, active children, healthy lifestyles, importance of mental health, and also having, like, people to turn to, feeling comfortable to talk about certain things, and having even the uncomfortable conversations, because, like, I feel like having uncomfortable conversations is a way to push the needle a little bit further. And also talking about the sneaker culture and how, like, self-expression through fashion, through specific sneakers that are obtainable and unobtainable. It's important of, like, of how you develop yourself and who you are. And as we are wrapping up this Not For Nothing podcast, I want you guys to hit up my boy. I'll put on his description below, if you want to ask questions or just, like, follow through and see what's up. And what I want you guys to do is like, subscribe, hit me up in between.
Definitely do that.
Not For Nothing podcast. We are everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And we see you soon. Peace.